SEC Media Days rolling along. Roman Harper with us. Everything brought to you by our friends at MyBookie.ag.
MyBookie.ag code next round is where you go to get that deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie.ag code next round. Harp, what's up?
What's up? I'm living the dream. Feel like I've been here 7 days. It's
I
day
agree.
3 or
I
4.
agree.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
I mean, how about this setup?
Well,
I mean,
you
you
know.
boys are doing it big.
Well, you can take us out of Alabama, and sometimes.
I mean, you guys are on the 4th floor. Nobody's up here. You bought out the whole floor.
You'll get the whole floor. Yes.
Yes.
Just
yes.
wait till they serve the media lunch over there.
Hey, and look, the company bought me shoes, too, in my 50s.
Look at
that.
Dunaway. Have you ever seen Dunaway look this young?
Yes.
No, I love those dunks, though. That's a good vibe.
Thank you. LT's friend picked them out for me. So
Hey,
it's good.
so Nashville. This city's crazy, isn't it?
It is. It's a total different vibe. I haven't been to Nashville like downtown in a long time. Like whenever I come to Nashville, I hang out with my former football agent out in West Haven and Franklin. I don't come downtown a lot, and so it's been really cool to kind of just walk down here. Maybe I get some lunch, maybe I do whatever. But I'm on Broadway, and I didn't realize how much the talent level is of all the live musicians that are playing
It's crazy.
all day long. You can get Bruce Carino, you can get some food, you can catch a vibe. You're going to look at all the Bachelorette things going on, and then just normal people that are just walking around, listening to great music. There's no cover charge anywhere. It's just really, really unique in that space. It kind of has this like New Orleans-y type vibe, but like live music, and then it's like, but nowhere near as dirty and disgusting.
You think it's harder to make it like in the music industry like that, or the NFL?
I mean, of course I'm going to say the NFL, but I mean, I can assume that the music industry's got to be so tough. But most people probably come to Nashville to try and be discovered,
no doubt. Right. Yep.
to play music, the same way they go to L.A. to be an actor, and so or actress. It's just a different feel that I didn't even know that this whole experience would be. But I think the coolest thing that I've learned is that 5% of the world's cranes are right here.
Hey, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
And I don't know how true that is, but the more I say it, the more confident I get with it.
I'll buy it.
There we go. I appreciate it.
But think about this. So there's roughly 1,600 players in the NFL. I mean, how many relevant country artists are there? I mean, 20, 30?
I don't even think you should just, relegate yourself to just being country artists by coming here to Nashville. I mean, they've done so many cover band stuff where like everybody sings everything now. I just saw this Asian brother and this young white lady singing the other night. She was doing Michael Jackson, and the dude did the solo guitar part where he like kills it on Beat It, and then she was like doing her thing. Then they came right back with some other stuff. It was like upbeat. Then it was slowed down to some real harmonica type stuff. It was, I mean, it's just all across the board. Music talented, and everybody's just trying to get discovered. And then I go downstairs, and it's another group, all males singing, and they got long hair, and they're just singing their butts off.
That's
it's
fine,
it's
man. I love
beautiful.
Broadway. Yeah,
It was really good.
That's one thing we've always loved about you, though, because I think because of the level you got to, respect other people's game, no matter what industry they're in. Do you think you see that even with our SEC players who are, you could tell they're going to be elite and they're going to move on? They respect other people's game, too, as you talk to them throughout the year, that mutual respect?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that game always recognizes game.
Right.
In all facets of life. And so it's just the way you carry yourself, this aura about you. Like, people just – maybe they just know. I don't know. But I've always looked and respected other players, and I always am big fans of football because that's my first love. And so whenever you ball, I'm always going to be a fan of you. And it's always just really cool to kind of sit back, see how everybody, their demeanor is. I actually appreciate media days because I get to see everybody how they dress. And that tells me a little bit of their personality. And so when I see Kool-Aid come over here with the Kool-Aid on, on his drip, and, and then, Jaden Daniels has iced out, I just like, okay, I like it, but then who's got the ankle showing, who's got the lapel pin, who's got all the other, the other little things. J.C. Latham had a Trench King, TK on his thing. Like, all right? And so he wants to say, I'm coming for the Outland. I like that talk. I love when players show me personality because you're not always going to be this young college player. And so the things that you do and say in college and when people are watching you pays off in dividends, and we actually get to see, like, man, we root for you for totally different reasons than anything off the field. Well, on the field, because I'm actually a fan of yours. And it was really cool because I met this beat writer that covers Alabama, last name Hale. Forget his first name right now, but he was like, dude, I was a big fan of yours when we covered you because you were such a good personality. And we all naturally rooted for you. And we all were like, man, whatever team he gets drafted to, wherever it goes, early or late, they're going to get a really good solid piece in their locker room because we know how much he's meant to this locker room and also just the writers that cover him.
Are you surprised all the LSU love?
To me?
Yeah.
Or
I'm just talking about for everyone here.
No, because they won the SEC West. They bring back the quarterback piece, which we all know is a super important piece to winning it all. The lack of that solid piece that we all just know at Alabama is another thing. But I love LSU starting 22, but it's also going to come down to depth. And I saw how they performed last year when nobody was watching. They were great. And then all of a sudden, when they beat Alabama and now everybody was watching them, they didn't play as well. And everybody can say, how great they were against Georgia, but the score was a lot closer than the game. The game really wasn't that close. So it was really important to me that I'm going to disassociate all that, and I respect everybody picking LSU. I loved LSU this year as a team and what Brian Kelly's been able to do. But I'm going to know exactly who LSU is after the first 5 weeks. And then I'll be able to comment then. But before that, I'm like, just let them play the game. They got Florida State, Grambling, then you got at Mississippi State. You got Ole Miss thrown in there. You got Arkansas. We're going to know exactly who this LSU team is.
They'll be 5-0, by the way.
If they are, then I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'll drink some Kool-Aid.
He's got him winning the national
Okay,
championship.
that's what it is. I was wondering.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, I'm a little nervous now because I didn't realize how many people would be on LSU until this week. It's crazy.
A lot of people are. And let me tell you.
I just love Brian Kelly.
Yeah, I do
and
too.
Jane Daniels.
I think he's a great coach. He's been able to win everywhere he's been. But the other great coach who Brian Kelly is second in, well, Brian Kelly actually has more wins than Nick Saban. But the other coach is Nick Saban, and he's sitting back just like loving it because nobody's picking him. He's getting all the reverse rat poison he's wanted, and this is like something a position he's never been in. And so I know how good they perform. And for me, it's all about Alabama's optics of operation. How do they look early in the season is going to pay off dividends. They're going to get more confident if they're not turning the football over on offense. The quarterback's competent. The run game's looking good. The offensive lines are more physical up front. The running back's more downhill runs, and his shoulders aren't sideways before he hits the line of scrimmage. Can the defense force turnovers? If they do that, this is going to be a dangerous Alabama team that it's crazy enough that nobody's talking about that could really make some noise just because that LSU game is at Tuscaloosa.
Finally, with Tennessee, who is here today, Heupel's offense, for a lot of people, not necessarily Georgia, was really difficult to slow down. But you know this because you've seen it yourself. You give defensive coordinators an offseason, they scheme ways up to slow it down. What is the next step for Josh Heupel in that offense? No offense is dominated forever.
Yeah, but nobody's going to stop their offense either because the way they do it, it's still very hard. And nobody's got people like Georgia. Georgia never had to rush.
Yeah.
And they just dominated Tennessee.
So you stop it with recruiting.
Yeah. Like Tennessee, nobody can do what Georgia did to Tennessee. That's the thing about it. And so for me, the next evolution is going to be the quarterback position. Joe Milton. I don't think people appreciated how good Hendon Hooker was at certain times where he made the offensive coordinator right. Where, Hendon Hooker drops back. He's not throwing it deep. They got curl routes. The curl route's not open. He pulls the ball down, scrambles for 6 or 7 yards. Like, that's not a highlight play. It's not going to make any reels. But, man, as an offensive coordinator, I love calling 2nd and 3.
Yeah.
Versus 2nd and 10 or, I'm getting to now, it keeps it always ahead of the chains. People take that for granted. Joe Milton naturally does not do that as well as Hendon Hooker did. So he has to learn how to continue to manage the pocket, understanding when he should tuck it and go, and on those crucial first downs, don't even make a decision, go.
Yeah.
And don't force anything. And also his accuracy downfield. I know he can throw it 85 yards, but can he throw it 35 accurately and put it in a bucket, right? Or can he hit the 18 to 22-yard dig in between the numbers where that's an NFL-ready throw? And so you have to be able to do those little things consistently. And I know we can make viral videos of throwing it 85, 90 yards because nobody else can do that. But you also have to play the position as well.
He is Roman Harper. You love it when we talk football with Roman. He is with us here in Nashville, like everyone, courtesy of mybookie.ag. Code next round to get that sign-on bonus. Lance about to send him home with a bottle of Red Mont vodka.
Charles Barkley's.
Charles
gluten free, 8 times distilled. Excuse
Hey,
me.
As you can tell, Lance
Thanks,
had
I
Chuck.
had some last
Lance
night.
had some last
Yeah.
night.
Thanks, Chuck. I'll send it to. I sent a picture of this to Chuck, man, and appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, good stuff.
Alabama and
Thank you
Auburn
guys
coming
always.
together. With
Look, man, Chuck's a big fan of anybody that's Alabama, from the state of Alabama.
Yep.
So I've got to meet him, and he hugged my neck, and we still communicate every now and then from time to time. on
Awesome
text.
dude.
So
Yep.
it's really good dude.
Thank you, Hart.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys.